Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, July 12th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I recognize myself as the nurturer of me. And that will be a really good mantra to remember through this Venus retrograde, which is coming on in super fast. The good news is today Mars has moved from that 0 energy to 1, and so Mars is back online. So if you've been kind of dragging the last few days, that should be shifting. So hooray, I'm excited about that. We have the Venus Yod beginning. So I mentioned that Mars kind of paved the way, and here comes Venus as the focal point of this yachty energy with Neptune and Pluto feeding in. And Venus, for the next, I would say, almost 2 weeks, will be pretty much the focal point of this Yod energy, because Venus is slowing way down to go retrograde on the 17th, and even as it goes retrograde, it'll still be this focal point. So this is like a neon, it's like neon pink in my head when I see it. Finger of God pointing at Venus. It's like, this is the important lesson for you right now. This is what you really need to know. I'm getting looks from the peanut gallery. This is what you really need to know. And Venus in Leo is a call to nurture. A call to work on your value, a call to find worthy yourself, your heart, your inner child, your creative expression, your love, and maybe even have a little reckoning with your ego, right? But it's so interesting that we have both Neptune and Pluto feeding in, especially Neptune, retrograde in Pisces. This to me says this is going to be digging stuff up from the deep. Any retrograde process does, but I really feel like Neptune, anything in Pisces can bring up other existences, past lives, other planetary things, other dimensions, who even knows, to be worked through. And Pluto, the Pluto is like, I am not here to knock you off your feet unless you need to. I am here to empower you. And sometimes that empowerment, Plutonic colonic, can knock us off our feet. So both Neptune and Pluto feeding in will make this energy pretty intense. So be good to yourself. Be nurturing to yourself. Venus retrograde is a call for the yin to go within. And I feel like the yin does so much work that there will be a strong need for rest as we build to this retrograde, and that rest will also be needed as we process these yachty energies. Watch what comes up from you. Watch what past relationships, past relationship patterns, people in your life, watch as these things rise up. Watch as worth stuff and value stuff and gifts around your personal creativity come up to hopefully, again, be empowered by you, but there may be some challenge in it, some shadow that you need to look at. To me, Venus retrograde, which we're not even there yet, and I'm talking as if we're there, but I feel like this yacht is basically like, thank you for the confirmation, computer. This yacht is like an extended portal entrance to the retrograde. So we're like going in. We're going into the deep. And I forget what I was saying in my explanation of that. But extended rest. Oh, because there's... Oh, Inanna. That's where I was going. It feels so much like the journey of Inanna. And this means embracing the shadow pieces of you and learning their value, learning where you need to shed light, learning where you need to shed love, learning where you need to nurture, going back to that word, these energies. Again, inner child is going to be so key over this time, and you may find your wounded child coming up and out in mild situations that wouldn't usually necessarily stir you. So keep that in mind. Also today, of interest, Lilith, making her way back into Leo and is squaring the nodes. And this feels like such a choice point. Lilith is about going your own way, doing your own thing. And in this choice point, it's like, are you going to follow these sometimes unconscious patterns of the South Node, those unconscious patterns of survival, the unconscious patterns of fear and hiding due to that fear? Or can you lean into the pleasure, into the abundance, into like, I'm here on earth, I'm going to live it up kind of feeling, even if living it up is like Luce yesterday snoozing. That could be your version of living it up, and that's fair. That's fair and fine. So there's a choice point in this to see where you want to lean. And Lilith in Leo is like, I don't care if you lean towards fear. I don't care if you lean towards pleasure. Just make sure you lean the way your heart is leaning. And I think that's pretty clear which way our heart truly leans. But Lilith is like, what are you going to do about it? Huh? So, little sassy Lilith energy for us. Moon continuing through Taurus through the entire day, making some strong connections. We got some Uranus energy. We have the square with Venus, which again may bring up some of the worth and value issues to the surface. Moon also doing a little dance with Neptune, which is also again feeding into that Venus energy. I feel like there's a lot of potential subconscious energies today that can come up, but that you can move through with grace in your awareness of them. And sometimes we don't even have to fix, it's just the awareness. Oh, I see you. Okay, that's cool. Kind of a feeling. Moon and Pluto connecting at 11:11 p.m. Pacific time. So that is a trine, but again, kind of supporting this yadi energy, supporting that call to power. We also have the Sun and Chiron in a square. And that kind of goes back to the energy mantra. I am the nurturer of me. While this is a square and there's a challenge here, it's a reminder that you need your nurture, you need your kindness, you need your tenderness as much as you offer, if not more, than anybody else in the world. So just keep that in mind in moving forward. And again, there may be some tender places coming up, and just be gentle with those. The cards I have are very interesting. So first we have the friendliness card. Then we have the stress card. And then we have the lover's card. And then we have the schizophrenic card. And then we have the going with the flow card. So there's a little cha-cha going on where it's like, oh, it's a beautiful morning. Too much to do. Well, I'm going to make the best of it. Screw this. Whatever, I'm just going to go with the flow. It's kind of the start and stop. How I take this, I mean, how like the cards literally came out was basically like back and forth with the ease and gentleness and the too much going on. I just take it as like you're moving through the obstacles, you're moving through the challenges, and you keep finding love. These three cards are all about like love, and hopefully that's that Venus energy, that Yod of Venus. It's like, I'm going to find the love in this. I'm going to find the love in the too much. I'm going to find the love in the indecision. I'm going to find the joy. I'm going to find my grace in this energy, and I'm going to utilize it. So it's not to say that you're not going to have those little moments, but love wins. Look at this. 3 versus 2. Love wins. So I'm going to leave that there for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I am booking my Venus Retrograde readings. If you would like that, now's a great time to dig on in. General readings as well, whatever you need. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.